Okay, so this is basically the space that I'm working with. It's basically a dining room that sits onto where the kitchen is. So it's quite a big empty space. There's basically just a dryer and a fridge in here at the moment. But I'm thinking about putting the desk underneath the window because we get all that lovely light there. So we're going to be in this Airbnb for 3 to 6 months. Possibly less, possibly more, I don't know yet. So I think we need a temporary setup. So let's get on with building some sort of setup. Okay, so when I originally set up the desktop, it was April, and it is now mid-June. So as you can see, I've kind of grown into the space. So we've got a rug to keep my toes off the cold floor. Chair, obviously, just put an extra pad there because it is an old chair. Waste paper bin. Some trimming tool and ruler there where I keep my drink when I'm working, some books, my current Hobonichi A6 and the July one I'm just about to set up, and my Faded Chronicle lives there, stitched there, some Hirono, my pencil case. You'll notice I've moved all these books here from there to there because here is where all the sunlight comes in. So when I'm filming, it casts a big shadow there. So that's why I've moved them there. So hopefully from now on, my videos should be better lit and not have so many shadows, hopefully. And then obviously my Hirono wine glass is living in the box there, acting as a bookend. Pencil sharpener, hole punchers, AirPods, stamps, glass, dip pen for inks, another Hirono, the Ghost, Series 1, small stamps, my glue, my pastel pencils, Hirono, the candle holder from the Echo series, paintbrush in the little dish thing that we got from Typo, which I really like. This is where my SD cards pretty much live, and then obviously the adapter for the iPad. These are what I got from Lush. They basically came with 3 samples in there, but they're like screw top. So I'm going to use those to collect the shavings of these when I use those. My cutting blade, my scalpel, and some acrylic blocks, some more stamps. And then on the wall, I've started to expand. So I've got my print from Scotland in there, a print from the artist that I can't remember, I'll put on screen, a little sample thing from Sterling Ink. I think that's their thank you card, the back side of it. And then up here, I had to put him on the wall. Come on, I just love him so much. I think I've said in previous videos, but I hope Hobonichi do some covers or designs or something with that. They can't just leave it as that. They need to do more. So yeah, that's what that is looking like. And then over on this side we've just got my box that I basically keep all my different printing papers, some books, my Nintendo at the moment, and then the dryer, and then the printer, and then DJI tripod thingy stabilizer for the iPhone, which admittedly I don't use that much, but I'm kind of hoping to get one for the camera, this camera, because as you can see, very shaky with me just doing it by hand. But yeah, that is the update of how I've sort of grown into the space at the moment. So yeah. Oh, and I forgot to say there's a calendar there as well, and then the Sterling Ink camera there, calendar there as well. So yeah, that is how the space is looking. I do really feel like I've adapted this space and grown into it. And it is quite nice to sit here and work, especially when the sun is like full shining and you get nice different lighting and shadows. It's quite nice. So yeah, this is essentially the space for a few months. I think at the moment I'm here till September, then after that, who knows? Okay, so two things. One, people have been asking me what is in my ghost trap, and it's quite simply my Nintendo Switch. It's a carry case, so I've got all my cables, extra games in there, physical games, and then just literally a holder for my Switch. That is all it is. But yeah, I do love this case, it's quite cool. So that is the mystery of the ghost trap solved. Now, the other thing that I've solved, I'm hoping I've solved, is in a previous video. I'm not sure when it was, whether it was the last one or the one before, because I've filmed a lot of stuff, but I'm not releasing it in order. So I'm not sure when you would have seen it, but I know it's on the channel somewhere. Is that I got my Stationery book, and I was very disappointed in it because of the very big 5mm grid and the fact that it's solid lines and not dotted. So I went ahead and placed an order with Sterling Ink, so hopefully I'm going to get my B5 with a proper grid. I've ordered quite a few books with them, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to regret it. I did check, they definitely said 3.9 grid, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. What we got. Ooh. Okay, you can clearly see that some of these are not B5. What are these little black envelopes? So, oh, February collections freebie 2025, and then thank you card, I'm guessing, and just advertising for Sterling Ink. These are nice though, nice on washi paper as well, which is what I like my stickers to be. They're nice. This is going to be another one or the same one. Yeah, the same one. So they've sent me two, which I'm not mad at. I like that. So let's start up with the obvious thing. These are not B5. These are travelers sized. And these are just booklets, so they're very much like the travelers inserts, and they're the right size grid. So these are very much how I'm used to like my Faded Chronicle notebook being set up, and the pages are numbered, which is nice. Not essential for me, but it is nice. And it's literally just blank grids. Oh, there, and it just has Sterling Ink on the back. I've ordered two of those because I had to pay quite a bit for tax and shipping, so I thought I'll order as much as what I possibly can think that I'm going to use. In stock up basically. This is another one. The cover's like a faux leather, whereas this is like a scratchy thick paper design, which is fine. This one's more like a faux leather, again just sterling ink delicately on the back there. And then again the same thing, but this one's much thicker, so 172 pages, and then the other one is at 64 pages. So this one's about the same thickness as my Faded Chronicle one, and again the grids are exactly what I wanted, basically like Hobonichi, but with no indication of anything. Hopefully it's going to lay flat eventually when I use it. But I have noticed sterling ink, they've got these little dark dots around, and I'm guessing it's because that's where like the middle line is. So it's super easy for you to put lines in and grid them up or do whatever it is that you want to do. And again, this is page numbered at the bottom, which again, I'm not mad at. I like it. All right, let's breathe a little moment and look at the B5s. Again, they do booklets in B5 size as well. And I got this, 64 pages, and it's caramel coloured. So it's like a faux leather but caramel. So the same faux leather as the black one. Let's take this out of the bag. Oh, this already feels like a good size. And straight away we're into the grid. And again, it's numbered. I think you can get some of them without being numbered. So be aware of that if you do place an order. But I am loving this. Is this just stapled? No, it's actually thread bound, which is great. So it will lay flat. But look how big that is. That is so nice. Let me get my second half of the Hobonichi I have not yet used. But can you just see how much more space you get? I know it doesn't seem like much, but it actually is. It really is. So, yeah. Happy with that. And then of course I've got a thicker one as well, which is 272 pages. Again, I think they have a book that's 526 pages as well. So if you wanted one of those, you can. I got this in this blue colour. What do they call this one? Mist. They call this Mist. Again in the faux leather, but I like how floppy it is. Whereas the Hobonichis, they kind of are a bit floppy, but not as floppy. They're a bit stiffer. But, you know, it's not a major selling point with me, but I do like to be able to do that. Especially with a bigger book, notebook size. And wow. Look at all this space. Oh, I'm happy with this. It's got the margin around it, which is what we wanted. It's got the dotted lines instead of a solid line, and the grids are 3.9. I can already tell. My eyes are singing. So yeah, straight into the grids. Hopefully again they're going to lay flat as I use them and squish them, but this is just fantastic. The other thing that sterling ink do, I don't particularly like it, but you can do it. The edges, they come in like gold, gilded edge with gold. So if you wanted to have that, that's another option. But I am just so happy that these are B5. So happy. Now I know what I'm doing with this Fit B5 one. This one, I don't know. This one might be my new workbook for 2026. And then the planner insert, the Traveller's Notebooks inserts are basically as in when I need them. Because I already started to fill one up, so I know that I would need those. So I am very happy with these notebooks. So let me just show you the difference. I don't know if you can see that. But can you just see the complete difference in both of them? And why I'm so much happier with this one. But yeah, this is, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think I've pretty much said it's going to be like a rough book. So we'll see how we get on with that. But yeah, I can't wait to get on with using this and show you what I'm going to do with it. So yeah, look out for this one. This one will be featured heavily in future videos. So yeah, that's my little unboxing. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys use sterling ink, because I know I've got a lot of American viewers, so obviously sterling ink's more readily available for you guys. And let me know how you get on with them and what you use your books for, of course. Or if anyone knows where you can get sterling ink in the UK, that would be wonderful. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.